Hi, and welcome back to season 1,
Hi.
episode 5 of Average Takes.
Let's
Average
get
Take.
it.
Episode 5, baby. Let's go.
Let's
We're
Average
go.
takes.
We should change our name soon to Good Takes because
Yeah.
that's all we've been getting lately.
Facts.
Big facts.
Yes,
Love
sir.
it.
Make sure if you
Loving the
guys are
content.
tuning in to YouTube, you're subscribed and liking our channel, bro. We need
Yes, sir.
subscribers. At 100 subscribers, we're giving away a Fernando Tatis jersey. So
No,
you want it.
and we can't wait
And
for
we're
that.
getting close. We're getting close. And as soon as that jersey's gone, we're on to the next one. It's more giveaways coming.
Yes.
Let's see it. Let's get it.
Oh yeah.
Don't forget our social medias either. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok.
Let's get straight
TikTok
into
on everything.
Saturday night. We had big UFC card. I think it was UFC
Saturday day.
254.
Yeah, Saturday.
Yeah,
day.
Saturday day.
Saturday day.
Yeah,
Early
'cause
morning.
Abu Dhabi.
UFC
Yep.
254.
What'd you guys think about the main event?
Insane.
Nice. Khabib's beast.
The
bro.
whole-
unstoppable.
Up and down roller coaster for me.
Yeah, I was so
Yeah.
excited for this fight going in. Just like the matchup,
Yeah.
because all week building up to the fight, me and Bob have been texting about it just because on the side I would send him little like clips I was watching. And they were talking about how Justin's a Hall of Famer at his Division I wrestling at University of Colorado, and he was a All-American and all this type of accolades he had. Just will get handled by Khabib, literally handled. Like that's so. I literally was hyped up because I'm like, this guy Justin comes in and does damage on everybody,
Yes.
and then he
Yeah.
runs into a Khabib, and Khabib does the same thing, and then he throws a triangle on him, which you never see Khabib throw a triangle.
No.
And then, not to mention, he does all that with a broken foot. He had a broken foot 3 weeks prior to the fight and didn't tell anybody, and still went and did this.
Didn't
Khabib
say
is-
a word.
In my
about
mind,
it.
solidified as the GOAT.
He's,
Big time
Solidified
goat.
as
he's
the
a
GOAT.
beast.
Khabib was going into the fight 28-0. Obviously, as you heard Tanner say, he choked out Justin Gaethje in the second round with a triangle choke. Khabib also announced his retirement. The sad part of the story. Khabib
Yep.
lost his father earlier this year.
Dedicated this
And-
last fight to his father.
Yeah, his dad was a big reason why he fought, and
His head coach forever,
yeah,
forever since he was a little kid. I
His
remember
mom didn't even want him
me
to
and
fight
Bob
his
would
last
talk.
fight.
Yep, he was supposed to be
Yeah.
done at 30 years old, so now he's 32. So he had this plan with his dad to be done at 30 because they had before Khabib got to the UFC, he was a superstar in overseas fighting, international fighting. So when he got to the UFC, he had already done everything in the sport. He felt like so this was all just icing on the cake. And then for this all the career he had in the UFC to be icing on the cake and to end the way he did, at looking his best he's ever done, like I can't be mad at that. This is one of those few retirements in fighting where I'm like, okay, I'm cool with this one. This
He-
is this
get
is
it.
what it's
his
going.
We get
last
it.
3 fights were against 3 top fighters in his division, and he choked them all out. He lost 1 round in his UFC career, and I'm
Easy.
definitely gonna miss watching this guy. He's a beast. When he took
Fun
Justin
to
to the
watch for
ground,
sure.
it was insane. I did not think he was gonna do what he did. He looked like he was so much stronger than Justin. Justin, as you said, was a Division I Hall of Famer, is a stud, and Khabib, I don't even know.
Bro.
Yeah.
He
Well,
looked the
that's all
same
you gotta
as
say.
he always
how do you
does.
go recruit? How do you go recruit as a University of Colorado now after this? You got Justin Gaethje face on the wall, and he just got dismantled by a Russian wrestler who came from Dagestan. This guy fights bears growing up.
Well,
Literally, how are you gonna have
the
him
more
come in
and
and go,
more
"Look at
that
that
I listen and I hear about Gaethje, I start to like him more and more. So Khabib is, if he's retired for good, like he has a pretty good shot at being the next champion in that division. So
Did
I
you
like
see
I'm
what-
No, I agree.
Did
I'm
you
starting
see
to like
what
him
Justin
more and
said
more.
after the fight?
Oh, I did
He
not.
said Connor and Dustin Poirier are supposed to be fighting coming up, but he said that fight isn't like in stone. So if Connor wants a chance at the belt, here's his opportunity.
Damn.
They had that. Man, Dana White is a genius.
Ooh, I like that.
Connor
I
Connor
said
like that a lot.
Connor
Connor
boxed him
goes,
Yeah, I agree.
up.
I
Connor
think
boxed him up.
forces it. I
Gaethje.
think so. I love Justin.
Gaethje
though.
just knew. He knew that this was Khabib's going away party, so he let him do what he had to do. Took the little choke out, but he's coming for
Took the
Connor now.
paycheck.
Yep. Now he's coming from
Yeah.
I
Connor.
agree, bro. I think that's smart, bro. I like this division now. Khabib, to be honest, like he's the GOAT, but he was holding that division hostage.
Was too good.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
there was so
It
many
was
good
too
fights.
good. 28 and
There-
0, bro. Come
there
on.
was-
He was just taking
bro.
them left and right.
It's like when Floyd was in his prime. You're just like sick of seeing him win. You're just
Ah,
like we
really
get
sick
it, bro.
of it.
We know you're
Nah,
gonna.
I'm not.
We know you're gonna win.
I'll never be sick of seeing
I
him
know. I
win.
could watch Khabib for 10 more years, honestly, and he still probably wouldn't lose. But I'm happy the way he went out, and now the future of that division looking pretty fun.
Yes.
Pretty fun
Yeah,
without him. I
definitely.
hate to say it, but it does look pretty fun without him.
I want to see
It feels
someone
like
take
it
him
feels
down.
like the. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't think it could ever. It would take like you have to train with Khabib for 5 years just to be able to compete with him.
Yeah,
Like, you
true.
know, you
Yeah.
hear the stories of DC, Daniel Cormier, the heavyweight, probably one of the best ever. And he's talking about in the gym, this guy doesn't lose rounds to Cain Velasquez, to DC. Like, Khabib doesn't lose rounds to any of these top guys in any weight class. There's nobody that would have beat this guy. There's literally, I
That's
just don't see
crazy.
it, bro. What are you going to do
He was
differently?
fighting
He's seen
backyard
every
in
fight
Florida,
style.
bro, kicking ass. He's been fighting for a long ass time, bro. Glad
He's
to
a-
see him retire on top.
I hate to do it to you, Roman. That was Masvidal.
Oh wait, we're talking about Masvidal. Oh,
No, we're
but-
not.
No, we're talking about
Jeez.
Khabib, but that was
Guy,
Masvidal in the backyard.
you
I
really
hate
want
that.
us?
Oh no, yeah.
I hate
Guy, you hate when we put
Start
you
off the
on.
pod with one of those. I don't
Yeah.
hate it. I love
I
it.
literally sat there silent for a
good.
second, waiting for you guys, and I was like, I can't let it go.
When
They
they
look the
said
same.
Florida,
They look the
I was
same.
like,
I'm
They
gonna
look the
let him.
same.
I'm gonna let him say what he's gonna
Damn.
say. Good content. Good content.
They look
Yeah,
the same.
I think that's enough for fights. Honestly, let's move on to some baseball. What do you guys
Yeah.
think about this series so far?
the World Series has been
Good series.
insane.
Yes.
I think about Game 4 ending. That's all I think about. That's all I think about.
that Game 4 alone was insane. Just the
Yeah. Just that game.
ride of the whole
Bro,
every inning.
that game was so fun to watch, but like being a Dodger fan, it's just like up and down and up and down because like I'm sitting there thinking like this game's over, bro. When they
Yep.
left Baez in after, okay, they brought Baez in. He's a right-hander, right? And he pitches good against lefties. I get it. He comes in and he gets smacked for a 3-run homer. Okay, and we'll leave this guy to go see another lefty to start the next inning and give up a solo home run too. That's it. Like now, when you guys were saying fire Davis, I can't lie. That idea popped in my head. I heard you guys' voices when I'm sitting there watching on Fire Day Roberts. I'm like, they on
It
the
sounded pretty good. It sounded pretty good.
Well, if you guys
A little
don't
bit,
know,
bro. And then when
what
they
we're
pulled,
talking about, we're talking about the end of Game 4 when the Dodgers had a pretty good lead, and then the Rays started coming back and forth. It's actually insane how the Rays pulled that one off. That moment went viral.
Thank you to the baseball gods for blessing.
after that, I literally so much respect to the Rays. Before that, I thought they were
Yeah.
gonna get washed.
Well, that's the
I really thought there
moment.
was no chance.
There's a moment in every World Series, that you kind of is a game changer or momentum swinger, and we figured that would be it. But then obviously tonight the Dodgers came out on top. I wanted you want
Came
the
out
Rays,
early too.
yeah, quick. They said momentum, no chance. There's none of that here. And
Well,
the
now,
Dodgers
well,
did
now
look.
looking on forward,
Go ahead. I've been
sorry,
interrupting
Bob,
you.
I couldn't hear you. Well, now looking forward, you see they've pitched Kershaw now. They pitched Kershaw today, and now you got to go Gonsolin tomorrow. So it's like, I don't know. They sold out a little bit, and now
Yeah.
I don't want to go to a Game 7 against the Rays. I want
No.
this series to be over tomorrow.
No,
I feel
yeah.
like the Dodgers have the
like
guys to pitch tomorrow.
Gonsolin only went 1 1/3 inning last time out.
well,
I
the
do-
Rays
I
are
do
setting
not
up
like
for
that guy.
a Game 7 Charlie Martin, and his record's pretty good. Game 7, I can't lie.
Ooh, speaking of records, bro, I had a great stat for you guys since you guys are big Padre fans. Padres had wins this postseason. Clayton Shaw got 4. Since you guys want to talk about how bad Clayton is in the postseason, he's got 4 wins. The Padres got 2, buddy. Just 2 this postseason. Coming at you live since you guys want to bring up some records. That's a fun one.
He just
bring up
beat us
some records,
postseason
too.
Ks today, bro. He had a great
Yeah.
game
Bro.
today, bro.
He's got the same amount of ring fingers as Padre fans too. Same amount. The big cake.
That's true.
We've
We'll
got.
see after this year.
We're all in the same piece.
Well, right
Us
now,
and Dodger fans.
Dodgers
No,
are
we're
up
not, though.
3-2
See, that's the thing. We're
in the
not,
World
though.
Series.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
if
mean,
Game 4 can happen twice, Game 6 would be a great time for it to happen again.
I honestly don't understand how Chris Taylor stayed in the lineup after Game 4.
yeah, how
Like,
do you
I know
start
you want to
him?
show
Yeah.
you want to show
Seriously.
faith in your guys, but like I
No.
really don't.
And then if you
Don't
show
get it.
faith in Taylor, why don't you show faith in Kenley in the ninth? If you want to
Because
show, if you want to
I
show
think they
faith in
showed-
he
guys.
just threw 3 games in a row.
So did Trinan though. That was Trinan's third game in a row.
Trying and been pitching too.
Yeah,
I think it was a shaky move even taking Gratterall out, bro. I thought Gratterall should have finished the game and got the last 3 outs.
I think it was a shaky
dealing.
move pulling
And-
Kershaw early. I think you pulled him a little
tonight.
too early tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he-
did.
Tonight?
He
Yeah.
he took a page out of the Rays playbook and tried to go Rays on the Rays.
Well,
and,
I think he's hoping
Worked.
for Kershaw to be able to pitch in Game 7.
Again, 7.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
it. He wants to get his
oh.
arm ready.
If he pitches Game 7, comes out of the bullpen, and he blows the game, which
Yeah,
will
'cause it would be-
fucking happen, will fucking
Buehler starting.
happen.
Be Kershaw Morton's gonna shit on
No,
the
Mo-
Dodgers?
does that,
No,
bro,
it'll be
it'll
Walker
If that
Buehler.
happens, I'm not doing the
Oh,
podcast
and
after
B.
this.
Bueller?
Oh.
If Kershaw comes out and blows Game 7, bro, there's no chance I show my face on the podcast for 2 weeks, bro. There's
I
not
just-
2 weeks siesta.
I just the night that I go on the Twitter scroll, oh my god, I'm about to laugh for hours if that happens.
Well, right now the Dodgers are up 3-2. They won today. They won 4-2 in today's game. They had a huge game from Kershaw. I know he gave up
Huge
2
game.
and he was pulled early, but still he has a really bad time in Game 5s and prior Game 5s in the World Series. So for him to turn that around, I give him big props. This Rays team is a lot better than I think Dodger fans thought. I think
Yeah,
Dodger
I agree with
fans
that
as a
100%.
whole thought that they were coming in and they were the big dog and it was going to be easy series, but they've been showing that they are
They're gonna
still
fight
a
back.
baseball team and the Dodgers can make mistakes. They lost Game 4 on 2 errors in the ninth. They won today, even though Mookie had a pretty big error out in right field and letting that ball bounce around the corner, get past him, and that eventually let Margot get to third and steal home and not get it. But it's a close series, and Tuesday is going to be a huge game.
Yeah,
It's
I
fun to
agree.
watch,
No,
bro.
Wait, Tanner, didn't you have Dodgers in 6? Was that your
Yeah, I
call?
did have Dodgers in 6. Yeah.
Alright.
So
I
if
just
they win the
wanna-
next game, it's Dodgers
Because
6.
I think we
But-
all have opportunity to be right. Because I know I had Rays in 7.
I had
Which-
Rays
Yeah.
in
That's
7.
the only possible way the Rays can win in
Yeah.
7. So
I think Roman picked Rays in 6, though, didn't you?
I picked
thought
Rays in
Robin
6,
was
I
a
think.
Dodgers.
No,
No.
he said Rays in 5. Remember the hot take?
Oh,
Rays in
yeah, it was.
5.
I did say 5. Rays in 5. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Boo.
Yeah.
Boo.
Or he said, get ready for a hot take, and then goes Rays in 5. No, this series
Man,
is
hate
fun
to
though,
see it.
and I have to say Clayton Kershaw stepped up in this postseason more than he
Yeah,
ever
he
has
did.
before.
Oh, yeah.
In his
Literally,
life. Oh, yeah, in his
He
whole
showed
career.
up.
For
He
sure.
silenced all the doubters. I think the way he stepped up too, like they're not going home, bro. I just don't see Dodgers losing this series.
Yeah.
But
I think the
what-
Rays are
what
a
I-
very, very good
They've
team.
led every game in the
I
beginning,
just
haven't
don't
they?
see it.
What
This
I've been thinking
series?
about is Kershaw has struggled in the
So.
playoffs, but any time they've been in the playoffs has been a 162 game season. So he's kind of his body's in mid season form technically, like time wise
He's
and
getting
all.
peak form right now.
So
Prime
yeah,
form, yeah.
like maybe it's just him being really, really tired when it comes down to October baseball.
Yeah. Yeah.
But and now he hasn't
be a
pitched
good
as
point.
much. So, but I don't know. I'm just thinking pulling strings everywhere, just throwing something out there. But
I like that. I believe in that though. Actually, that there's probably something to that being a shorter season. I think they've gone through a lot of hoops to jump through, and the double headers though made it just as long as a season, or feel like a long
Yeah.
season at least. But
Oh, yeah.
I literally, like I said though, Dodgers gotta pull this off. They have to, bro. The
it's
Rays
been
are
a
so
great
good.
They're almost
series.
there. They're almost there.
I mean,
this
yeah,
year,
Yeah, I can literally.
this year, I feel like definitely could have taken a bigger toll mentally than a lot of different other years. You had to get checked before every game, meant with your temperature, like some guy gets COVID, you had to worry about not playing for 2-3 weeks. Some cases, a guy,
Yeah.
your roommate next to you got COVID. Now you got to worry about your
Randy,
family. Like you
who
got
has been the
COVID.
best player in postseason history. He's been breaking so
Literally
many
best in
records.
postseason history.
Had
Yeah.
COVID. He tested positive for COVID earlier this year.
He
How
did.
insane is that? How people have
They
been
made him
saying
better at
it's
baseball.
affecting them in life, like how bad it's been. But he's had it, gone through it, and is killing
And
it.
killing it.
He broke Barry
Now, do they
Bonds'
do
home run record.
Roids tests on guys in the playoffs?
No,
Yeah.
I'm not saying
No.
anything. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying.
not this year. They do not
Just
this
saying,
year.
bro. Did you guys see how he played in the regular season?
Hey,
I'm just curious.
there might not be
Nothing.
there might not be no trash cans anymore, but I don't think they can test
Roids?
every day.
Hey, we don't know nothing. We don't know nothing. They
Every
can test COVID
postseason
every
needs
day.
a
We can't test no
superhero.
steroids every day.
Every postseason needs its
I
superhero.
agree. I think the superhero though is Corey Seager. He's been batting just as well. He's only one home
Oh,
run
yeah.
behind. He's batting
Yeah.
500 in the World Series. 500.
And he might be able to lead his team to a W tomorrow. Or I keep saying tomorrow, but it is tomorrow if you're watching this.
Well,
Yeah.
if I'm
When it
gonna be
comes out.
honest, if I'm gonna give any Dodger not slander, Corey Seager deserves MVP over anyone else on that team because he's been there longest. He's gone through the whole system, seen the ups and downs.
Injuries.
If
I
Mookie
love
gets
that. I
it,
love
I
that.
will
Roll back to pod one
shit
when
on
I called it.
MLB. I will shit on MLB. Mookie does not deserve it.
I
So
mean,
everybody was
he got
talking
traded.
Mookie.
He got
pod
handed
one. I
keys
go,
to a
Corey Seager's
Bugatti.
the guy.
yeah.
Wait, what? Who got handed the keys to a Bugatti?
Mookie Betts.
Mike Tomlin?
No, Mookie Betts.
Mike Tomlin?
Hi, Tom.
You guys want to transition to some football after that? Because
Yeah.
we're talking about handing the keys to Bugatti. You're talking about Mike Tomlin, right?
I
Let's
guess
get-
6
you
and
know
0,
what?
some
I don't
best
want.
football.
I don't want to get into that game yet. I don't want to
The
get in that
best-
game yet. Let's start with Thursday night.
Yeah, let's start Thursday night football. Giants.
Eagles,
wanna hear it.
Giants.
Eagles.
I want to hear it.
I didn't have
Philly
the
looks
opportunity
very good. Wow, they won a game.
I didn't have the opportunity to watch
Close
this
game.
game, but when I checked in on it, Giants were up for a long time, like most of the
Yeah.
game.
I thought
Yeah.
Giants were going to pull it off. You guys didn't miss much not watching this. I had it on like in the background and could watch every now and then, but it was so boring.
Yeah.
It's just
I mean-
a meaningless bunch of football that night.
Yeah, it was. Carson Wentz turned himself around for the most part for that game. He had a good game. I won't say like turned his season
I
around,
think he
but
played well.
he played a lot better than he has this season by far.
He played
only had one pick, right?
promising. Only won this game, but
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
did have one.
I mean,
Battle of the
I don't
shit
know.
teams.
This whole division's bad, and we're gonna keep
They have to be. They have to be the best team in that division now. They have to be.
Eagles? No. No.
Football team is chugging
Yeah.
along.
Football team looked
Yeah.
nice, bro. What are you talking about? That might be the best team in that division.
They played
That-
Dallas. We keep saying these teams
Yeah.
look nice. They played
We always do
Dallas.
that.
I mean, we're just talking about this division, though. I mean, they look nice for the division. Like Eagles
They do.
and
They do.
football team are
But
the two teams that will win this division.
I will let you know
Yeah.
now.
Eagles
I'm
played
never.
yet?
The
I'm
Eagles
never.
played the
The Ravens.
Dallas next week. They play Dallas next week.
There's the real test then. Let's see
Yeah,
how bad they
that's
beat
the
up
real
Dallas,
test.
buddy. Let's
Yeah.
that's how we should make power rankings. How bad did you beat up Dallas?
That should be our basing.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm never taking Dallas ever again the rest of the year.
No, never. That's facts. That is big facts.
I think they're the worst team in football right now.
I would have never took
They're
Dallas
playing
to
like
this
it.
game. I don't think Andy Dalton's good at all. I'm sorry.
Andy Dalton died. R.I.P.
He got cranked.
Sorry he
He
got
got
hurt today.
cranked, bro.
But he wasn't playing good to start with. That other rookie came in and started moving the ball a little bit.
that pitch
I
to
don't
Zeke,
know.
bro, was
If
what was
I'm-
he doing?
That was
bro?
that was first play of his NFL career. He had no idea what was going on.
What the hell was that pitch, bro? That's
That was a Roman popped up right there.
not funny, idiot.
You were in his dreams.
Yeah, I don't know. This division's going to be whack for the rest of this year.
I didn't watch any of the football team game, by the way. I didn't
Yeah, me
even
either.
try to tune
Me
into that
either.
shit. I just was like looking at the score on that one. There's no way I go switch to that game. How
They
is
had
Dallas
some
only?
good-
They don't score a touchdown in like a whole. You had how many minutes is a whole football game? 120, 60 minutes. I don't know the fucking math anymore. But 25-3 is what you
15
end up
times
against
4.
the football team.
120.
60. It's 60. It's 60. I said 60 first.
I know. We heard it.
I don't remember what I was saying. What's the next game?
Yeah, let's move on from. Well, if we're gonna move on, let's go to our game that we thought game of the week:
We
Steelers
saw it.
Titans. Oh, it ended up being
It was
game of the
It
week.
was
was
a great
game of the
game.
week.
It was a great
Yeah.
game, dude.
Yeah,
What do you
we
mean?
said game of the week going in, and it ended up being game of the week.
Yeah,
I'm
where
just
you had
ready.
one
I
team
wanna
show
hear
up
it.
first half and one team show up in the second half. And
I just
then-
want to hear. I
know.
love when you
Ben
guys
looked
bring
like
me
doo doo.
great. Yeah, bring all that.
3 INTs. Trash,
Okay.
bro.
I'll explain after you guys give me all the way you want.
Okay, ready? You want to hear what I have to say? I think the big takeaway from this game was Tennessee had a question mark on defense, and when you go shut out Pittsburgh, potentially the number 1 team in the league for a whole second half, I think that says a lot about your defense. So I don't think there's really any more question marks. I think one of these two teams are going to the Super Bowl this year. I think
Yeah,
100%
definitely.
one of these two teams make it.
I think Steelers need to make a trade for someone to help them out on offense a little bit, spice it up. But other
Yeah.
than that, the Steelers team looks
Give us
good.
more
mean a QB?
weapons. Give us more weapons. Yep.
Yeah, because I think your guys are young and rookies, and they could use a veteran guy to help them out. Because I think Big
You guys
Ben's
notice how
trying
Ben
to
is
force.
limping onto the field too?
Yeah, I think he's trying to force plays with
Yeah.
offense because of how they looked. But this defense is insane for them to stop Derrick Henry, hold him to
75 yards. is
75
saying a lot.
yards.
75 yards. Still
touchdown.
got a touchdown. Yeah.
But,
It's not
I
the
mean-
worst game.
That's bad.
just-
For Derrick Henry. Are you shitting me? Have you seen what he's done this year?
Yeah, no. Yeah.
I guarantee he'll never have under 100 yards the rest of the year. I guarantee he has over 100 at least. He still had 20 carries. Like he
you
was
heard it
still.
here first.
I said it. I said it here first. No, go ahead, Bob. Continue.
I gotta give
Yeah.
props where props due is both of these teams are very good football teams, and the future looks very bright for both of them. The end of the season does. It's honestly going to be who stays healthier, and that's I think the game of football at the end of the day. But the Steelers come out on top because of a missed field goal.
Missed field goal. That's where I think
Steelers
they're
stay one.
gypped.
But
that's
let
where
me
we-
hear
on the
Roman.
side.
It's a part of your team though.
Youth
So
is on the side of Tennessee.
Yeah.
Let me hear.
Having a
Let me
younger
hear Roman.
quarterback who's hot, younger
Yeah.
running back, or I mean the running
Yeah.
back's same age actually. But still, Big Ben, I don't like how he's hobbling onto the field. I mean, and he didn't play great to be honest. Like he says he's feeling good, but he literally was limping. And literally, when he goes out and throws 3 picks, I mean, you won the game, but that was not how you play offense. That's not how you want to play offense, at least.
that's what I've been saying for the
Okay.
last couple of weeks about the Steelers is that they limp out of games very closely, but good teams know how to finish games, and sometimes the wind and the football help you out. The way the ball
Yep.
bounces, like I say,
If
Steelers
teams can
just-
lock in their run game against the Steelers, like the Steelers had to focus a lot on the Titans against Derrick Henry. And so my fantasy pick, A.J. Brown, went off. And so if they place a team with a little bit more weapons and their run game is essential, then the Steelers can go down. That's
team
where I
like
think
the
if
Chiefs.
they lack. Yeah, the team like the
Yeah.
Chiefs, maybe. Yeah.
I know,
That's a
like
good-
the-
Tough
The
call because
Buccaneers,
the
Buccaneers, bro.
Okay.
Just got
All right.
AB.
All right. I think the
Go ahead,
stage
get
is
your
set for
Steeler
me
landing.
now. And the first thing I'm going to say is 6-0. Okay. And let me teach you a lesson about good old Pittsburgh Steelers football. Okay. These last 6 wins, I don't know if you could tell, but within the first 2 quarters of the game, we come up and we go pop right into your mouth. You have no idea what hits you. We get up by 20 points the first half. Okay. Second half of the game, when we're already up by 20 points, there's a thing called game management, and Mike Tomlin is the best at this. He is the best because we get the ball back 27-24 with 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. You know when the next time the Titans touch
management
the
not
ball?
scoring in the second half.
You know the last time the Titans touched the ball in the game.
When they
They
kick the
they
field
got the
goal to
ball
lose.
with 2 minutes left in the game when they picked it off Ben. and going to 3.
Oh, I see what
So
you're
we had
saying.
an 8-minute drive in the fourth quarter. Okay,
Yeah.
8 minutes to
And the
drive
first
down
they
the
controlled
field.
the ball for 16.
Yes,
Felt like.
yes. So Mike Tomlin, it looks like the Steelers. It looks like they're slumping. Hitting a fucking brick wall. But I think it's all part of the plan. We literally get up by 27, and if we can hold them, don't let them get to 27. We win, and that's how we're winning right now. Literally, that's how it feels like we're winning. Except
Even close
Cleveland.
to a loss. So.
Except Cleveland.
I think you're halfway on. I think
Except
part
Cleveland.
of the plan when you come out and smack someone in the mouth, like you said, I think that's the plan. But I don't think the plan ever is to not score in the second half.
It's
I
not.
think you're
but
right though. They come out fast.
It's not. It's not more. I'm a guy that I think score as many points as you can. I don't care because the other team needs to stop you, and if they're not stopping you, keep scoring. I really do not care about the sportsmanship of like having a big lead. Like run it up. Let the other team know how shitty they are. But like the Steelers haven't been dominant second half wise doing that. They're not just pumping over teams. They're letting teams hang around, and that's when teams beat you. But I think we have the veteran leadership on offense, veteran leadership of coaches, defense. Minka is stepping up. Devin Bush went down. The 41 Spillane had a huge stop on third down against Derrick Henry on the 1 yard line. But I think we know how to win games, and that's what's helping us.
He wore that for the team. Right at the goal line.
One thing I had to say about that, Shenny, is
he's gonna be hurting in the morning.
When you play games like that, it takes a toll on your body. When you get up by this much, and then the team comes up this much, and then it's a fight. It takes a big toll, and that's why I said the healthier teams are going to end up winning. But with the Steelers having to play so many games in a row since their bye week was 2 weeks ago, it might affect you later on in playoffs. I'm not saying it will. Like I can't tell the future, but it's a hard way to play football games when you go out there and score so much and then you get shut down and this team comes back. It's hard.
Also,
one more note too. Go ahead, Shenny.
No, you go first. Mine's not really a note.
So one more note too. I said Tennessee after they beat the Bills were the team to beat. And what happened today? They got beat. And I could talk all I want about how the Steelers got shut out second half, how the Titans only missed a field goal and they should have won the game. But guess what? That was in Tennessee. They just won that game. That was at home for the Titans. For the game to even be that close and be that risky of a game at home, that says a lot about the Steelers right there. There's really no excuse for that. You could say the wind blew the wrong way today, but the Steelers won the game. They got the W. So that's the team to beat. They beat the team to beat. That's now the team to beat.
I hate to admit it, but I definitely agree.
Thank you. Fun fact: when I picked the Steelers this year, they're 6-0, and sorry, my buddy Gavin couldn't get on the podcast. Jimmy, sorry, my team had to do you like that. I think
this is where we would have inserted you. This is where we would have inserted you.
We were almost there, Gav.
Sorry, Gav.
Sorry, buddy. What's the next game, huh?
Yeah, we spent a lot of time talking Steelers.
Well, that was game of the week, and that was the big game for us on the podcast, so we had to get into it.
Had to.
Let's go straight to your favorite game of the week, Bob. Chargers versus Jacksonville. What do you think about Herbert today?
Let me talk about it, dog. This kid, Justin Herbert, is insane, bro. I've been saying it week to week. This kid knows how to play football and play it well, and he is insane. Him and Patrick Mahomes are the only players all time that have start your first 5 games with over 250 yards passing and multiple touchdowns. So I wrote Herbert in huge letters when I was taking notes for this game. He had a couple of huge throws to Guyton. That was a huge throw to the tight end, Virgil Green, where Virgil Green broke his ankle on that catch. I mean, it's insane. This kid Herbert is a stud. Chargers are very scary. I don't like Anthony Lynn. I don't like the way that teams could come back easy versus a defense who I think is good, but this team is still not very healthy. And I mean, Eckler's injury, it seems like I'm hearing it's further away than we think.
It's way more serious. Yeah. For sure going to be season if they're not anywhere close, which it's looking like they're not going to be anywhere close to being competitive.
looking into this week, they could
might be though.
Yeah.
Like the next 4 games after, or 3 games after tonight's W, the Chargers could be 4-4 and be looking at a
4-4.
decent
I'm
back.
big on board though with
Yeah,
firing Anthony Lynn though now. After
I'd
watching,
say
even though
2
they
and-
won,
They're 2-4.
even though they won, I still say fire Anthony Lynn.
I forgot they had a bye week. I thought they were
Out of
2-5. That's why.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I
And
really,
what were they doing with the backup quarterback coming in?
I think they like the Saints play and are going to start.
Easton
Like,
Stick.
Yeah, I don't know.
Easton
What's this guy's
Stick.
name?
Yeah, that's his
name.
name.
Is that his
Easton
name?
Stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a hockey
Get
stick.
that guy the fuck out of there, bro. What are we talking about here?
Nah.
Bro, let Herbert ball out.
Yeah, that I agree. Like I didn't understand that move when we were doing it. The 2 plays that we ran with him were dumb. But this Chargers
And they got
team,
no yards.
I mean,
And Herbert
it's
led the
against
game in rushing yards, bro. Why don't you let
Yeah.
him run the ball?
I mean, Herbert
Bro,
had
the biggest rush since 1988 for a Charger. The longest rush since 1988.
He had the most rushing yards in like Chargers history. I'm pretty sure.
for quarterbacks.
Or quarterbacks, yeah,
Crazy,
for
bro.
quarterbacks.
He had
You never see that-
350
and you never see
passing.
that with a
3
Charger quarterback. You need to see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
350
Love it.
passing yards, 3
350 passing.
touchdowns, 65 rushing yards, 1 rushing touchdown. My only highlight for the Jaguars is their running back Robinson is actually very good.
119
Well,
yards, 1
And I'm
TD.
glad they got rid of Fournette.
Yeah, I would have got rid of Fournette because
Fun
this kid has
fact on
potential.
James Robinson:
What's Chen?
he has the most yards by an undrafted rookie all time through week 7. So he's actually on a tear, and I knew I had my gut was telling me to pick the Los Angeles Chargers on this game, but I couldn't do it because the numbers were saying don't do it because I had 4 wins going against the Chargers, so I thought I could pull one off, and it was looking like the Jags were gonna pull this one off. It was looking very close.
It looked like it was going to be a
It was
scam
getting
moment.
scary. It was getting scary for sure.
I mean, I'm gonna be a good sports podcast guy today, so I got to give it to Herbert. He played great. I don't like how he played great because I played him in fantasy and I lost, so that's not really good. But Chargers won, so good for them. 2-4 now.
Yeah, and
Well-
looking pretty exciting. Like potential is there. Like that team having
Fourth
Bosa
youngest
back was
team.
huge. That team is looking pretty good. Like they got some pieces that could come back from injury. Like imagine, I don't know. I see that team maybe potentially being like a second place spot in this division.
I just hope that Anthony Lynn's still their coach when they end up being whatever decent. So then he continue to blow games because I just love the way he lets games
And
get
it's
out of
so
hand.
weird, bro. These
Awesome.
teams come back out of fucking nowhere.
Out of nowhere,
The
bro.
Jags came back literally like this,
Yeah.
like that. Two touchdowns, 8 points.
It was a
2-point
touchdown
conversion.
and a block punt.
Block punt.
Yeah, bro.
Fuck,
It was
I don't
crazy.
know.
It's
I really
awesome.
like the offensive coordinator though for the Chargers.
I do
think he
too.
does really good play calling and he uses the wide receivers that he has to like really well. I think he pissed me off though, Williams, because I had him on fantasy and I'm
Oh,
in a
bro.
nail biter right now. I needed that, but they
You're getting a fantasy
play,
dog.
bro. They have good play calling. They give different.
Did
looks
you
every-
beat me?
It's not the same old. Huh?
It's the sky blue.
Is the sky blue?
Michael
Yeah,
Thomas,
last week,
if
buddy.
you watch this podcast, you are ruining my fantasy season. You bitch. God, I
Uh,
You bitch.
if we're gonna talk about fantasy right now, Justin Jackson, please run the ball more or get Joshua Kelly out of there.
you started
Like
Chargers second string running back.
he was supposed to be first string.
Well, if you knew a little bit of Chargers football, he's second string running back.
I know nothing about the Chargers. They're the fucking bottom feeders of the NFL. I don't pay
Was that one of your
attention to them.
fantasy players to watch too?
Yeah, Justin Jackson thought he was gonna do good.
I'm not
Bro,
trying to roast.
speaking of, let's laugh at some picks real quick. I said I'm cursing Josh Allen. Guess what? I cursed
Oh,
Josh Allen, bro.
no.
Against the Jets, he didn't score a single touchdown. I literally, if I pick a quarterback, if you're not benching him, I don't know what you're doing, bro.
I think
if I
that's a
say you're
perfect
quarterback,
segue.
you take
Yeah, let's
him
talk about
straight
that
out
game.
of the lineup.
Jets
Let's go.
Bills.
He did
Jets,
throw for
Bills.
307 yards, though, bro.
And
Wow.
they hit 6 field goals.
Yeah.
Well, The Jets.
it's
Got him down the
versus
field, but
League.
can't finish.
The Jets had a
Bills
lead today.
worst here, bro.
The Jets had a lead today.
For a
10-6,
while.
I think it was 10-3.
If that doesn't say something about the Bills, then I don't know. I don't know
Bills
what.
didn't score a touchdown, not a rushing, not a
All field goals.
All
0-6.
field goals.
Maybe
Jets.
Le'Veon was holding them back or something. I have no idea. Something clicked on defense, I guess.
It's a team that has no choice but to tank because they started 0-6.
The
You guys
Jets-
can't score a touchdown.
The Jets did have Sam Darnold back, so I mean maybe that team functions a little
Threw
bit
two
better
INTs, though.
with their starting quarter.
3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
3.
He had one at the
Three?
very
Oh.
last play of the game. Very last play literally fell in the Bills' hands. Time expired. Out of his hand, fell into the lineman's hands. 2 fantasy points. I was like,
What do you draft at 1 if you're Jets? You need everything. You
Yeah,
use one of
head
everything.
coach. I would draft a
Let's
head
trade-
coach.
Let's trade everybody we have that has any talent for all of the top 10 picks this year.
And I
just
don't think
restart.
they get Trevor Lawrence because I don't think he's going to the draft. So there
Yeah,
goes
he's
your best
gonna opt
quarterback
out, bro.
in
He
the
don't want to
draft.
go. He doesn't want to go Jets.
No, fuck no.
Well, fuck the Jets.
I
Let's
don't
talk
know.
about something else.
Yeah,
Fuck
Bills, yeah, it was an ugly game. I mean, I picked Diggs to go off, and he didn't go off. He had just 10 fantasy points, which is a bad day for him. So it's kind of upsetting. But
Should we
I
talk
don't
about
know.
Lions-Falcons game, bro?
yeah,
Yes.
Oh, another one.
How
that
much-
Oh my
pissed me off.
god, bro.
Todd Gurley, you're an idiot.
Vegas, bro, what?
Biggest idiot. And
I'm-
Just had a timeout, and the coach just told you we have to run this clock. Do not score a touchdown, whatever you
No,
do.
what I think is funny is that play, he broke that tackle, and I felt like he's like, get off me, you know?
get
like,
off me, bro. He
"Ah,
looked like he was
ah."
trying to score a
oh,
touchdown.
get
bro.
off
It
me.
looked-
And-
yeah.
So hype, bro.
And he's like, oh, don't cross.
Did you
cross.
see? Did you see the Lions? Linebacker Collins. After he
I don't know.
tried to stop. Gurley tried to stop himself, and then the ref did a touchdown. And he was like, "Touchdown! Yes, let's go! Get the offense back on the field!" Like they
He
knew
was
defense
hyped, bro.
knew
He's like,
what
"You
they
idiot."
had to do.
What
that
yeah.
safety, it totally looked like he
He
definitely
pushed.
let go. Yeah, he pushed him in the
It
end zone. I
looked
was like,
that.
no way that happened. I was like, no way.
This defense is horrible, bro. Like, thank God we're getting our offense back on because literally any team could score on them. I think you take the best high school team out of high school right now, and they score on the Falcons.
And why do they,
Bro, I
why do they
literally
keep
so
blowing
mad.
leads?
That's your guys'
Blowing
fault.
leads,
You
bro.
guys all picked Atlanta.
Yeah, I shouldn't have picked Atlanta. I thought
I
Julio was
should
going
have listened to Shenny and went defense in my head, bro. From now on, I'm thinking, what did Shenny say? Defense, defense, defense. And that's how I'm making my picks from now on.
You have to.
Damn, bro. Falcons almost had it.
The 2 games that I didn't pick the better defense, I lost today, which is weird. The fucking Dallas has the worst defense than Washington, and the Chargers have a better defense than Jags. And Washington
That's a
beat
good
both of them.
segue, too, because I gambled on the Patriots to win, and they got shit on.
Oh, and they
by
got
the
shit
49ers.
on, bro. Cam
They got
Newton looked like doo-doo,
shit
bro.
On.
Yeah, that was another bad game. And how good does this make Tom Brady?
Oh,
How good
Bro.
does Tom Brady look right now? At 45,
Bill
slinging
Belichick is looking like a
touchdowns,
bad coach.
slinging touchdowns, and
Don't say
Belichick
that.
and the
Don't say that.
Patriots.
Don't say that.
What do you guys
I mean,
think about this, though? Patriots are tanking for Trevor Lawrence. They think Trevor Lawrence is going to fall in the draft because he's going to act like he doesn't want to sign anywhere. They get the 6th pick and they pick him up. I think they're tanking on purpose, bro. You don't lose
No.
33-9.
I
to the
think they
49ers.
trade Cam to the
Simple.
Jets for the number 1 pick. And Jets are like, oh, we get Cam
Ooh.
Newton? Nice.
They might, bro. They might do it, bro. I think they take that.
He
I
said
think they take that.
nice. Nice.
Or if the Falcons
Bro,
if
Cam.
the Falcons end up with the number 1 pick, they somehow get Julio from the Falcons.
that would ruin
I think
Julio.
they should move Julio. Like Bob was saying, I think they should move Julio.
I think so too, just because if you're the Falcons, you want to move to the future, honestly, at this point, get as much draft picks as you can, build a new team. You know,
I think they need a new
gotta kinda
quarterback.
move
Not
on.
shit. I think they move on from the quarterback, not Julio.
I don't think the quarterback's the one blowing the games. Matt Ryan's played great all season long.
Yeah, the offense is good. I wouldn't get rid of anybody on offense, honestly. Matt Ryan's on his way out, though. I think he's older. I think
He's old,
He's maybe got
bro.
1 or 2 more productive years in him.
I think the Falcons have some good young wide receivers. I think you trade Julio
Really
for
good.
as much as you could get, and you move on with selecting a quarterback and a defense. Like a defense.
I look Julio and Matt Ryan in their face, and I go, "Hey, how do you guys like New York? Because that's where you're going, buddy, for a first pick. See you later." Get out of my face. So we get the first pick, and now we got the 2 pick because we're the worst team also. Hope you guys like Brooklyn. See you fuck later.
I mean, let's talk about some Packers and Texans game because
Talk about it.
Close game.
I
Very
feel like we
close.
kind
Oh,
of
no,
gave
not
up
close
on the
game.
Packers after a bad loss last week, and they turn around and, I mean, beat a bad team, but look good.
Discount
I don't
double
think that
check for
Houston team
Aaron.
is that bad.
I don't think they're that bad either, but that defense isn't that good at all.
As far as
offense is
one-win teams go, I think they're the best of the one-win teams.
Yeah, I agree.
But that's not saying much.
I agree.
And two, for like Green Bay, like I think the reason why Houston can stay in games is solely because of their offense. And it was a blowout until about the third quarter. Like,
Yeah.
that's when Houston showed up and they started making it look close. But Green Bay showed out today. I think Aaron Rodgers has a chip on his shoulder. That Tampa team now, in my head, looks even more scary with the
Mhm.
win going to Las Vegas this week, and they just beat Green Bay. Like
Yeah.
that, to me, that Tampa team looks pretty crazy now. Pretty crazy, and especially now Antonio
And
Brown.
they get AB.
And they get AB.
That's the craziest thing is that last podcast we talked about Seattle was supposed to be the front runners to sign AB, but AB goes to the Bucks and Tom Brady and Mike Evans,
on.
and Chris
Hold on.
Godwin, and Ronald Jones.
And the little white dude.
Yeah,
that's on the
Miller,
White
Scotty
dude.
Tom
Miller.
Brady
Let's
team.
Let's
Yeah.
stay on the Packers right now because my fantasy quarterback of the
forgot.
week was Aaron Rodgers, and let me tell you, have a
Out of
day,
a day.
have a day, old buck, have a day. I knew you're gonna have a comeback
Devontae.
week.
Devontae
Devontae, my
Adams
little
is a
side note, because I know
machine.
he's an elite receiver. This is an expected day out of
That
him.
one.
They both came back and had a great game.
This was an expected day out of him. I hope to see this continue next week. Let's keep it rolling. Good for my
Good
fantasy
duo
team.
when
That was
Devontae
a
Adams is
good
healthy.
pick. I didn't even think of Aaron Rodgers going into this week, but I should have. Thinking they're playing Houston, I should have thought of him before. I had the
Yeah.
chance to take him too.
You did. I was gonna
And I
take
went with
either.
Josh Allen.
Yeah, I had Josh Allen or Aaron Rodgers, and I was like, he's gonna take one of them. So I gotta go the other.
I was going Tom Brady, but the reason why I took Josh Allen is because I wanted to confirm in my head the most obvious choice that couldn't have a bad game. I wanted to prove the curse. I wanted to see if the curse was real, bro. And now I know.
Next week, I think you should go Lamar Jackson. To be honest, but we'll
I'm
talk
going
about
with
that.
whoever's starting against me in fantasy. Whoever quarterback is starting against me in fantasy, it's your quarterback.
Please,
Sorry,
Lamar. Please, Lamar. Please, Lamar.
bud. Yeah.
Well, we
All right,
touched
what's-
on Tom Brady in the Raider game.
Yeah, let's
we can
let's
go back
talk
to that.
about some buckaroonies.
The Bucks
Some
started
buckaroonies.
slow this season and have gotten on track. This
know
team,
what?
Yep.
this team is good, and they just added the last Thanos jewel. AB,
Damn.
they got the Thanos hand. I think that is gonna make them so much better. I mean,
Yeah.
AB is unreal, and if he's there mentally,
Just another
this
weapon
Bucks
out there.
team is
Yep.
insane.
Hot take. AB isn't gonna be as explosive as you think right away. He's gonna have to get used to. He needs to dip his fingers in the water. Tom Brady needs to tell him what to do again because he
He's
needs
already
a little
they
bit.
already have that. They might already have that connection.
They
and
don't.
start off booming.
They don't
Well,
because
sidebar,
he was fucked up then.
but everyone said that they were going to need time for that connection. And what he do the
Yeah.
first and only game he was a Patriot.
He scored a
Touchdown.
touchdown, bro.
Instantly.
Yes, literally,
Because they
bro.
knew he was only there for a week. Let's use him.
They did not know that.
They
did not
knew.
know he was going to be there for a week.
How
Yes, they
comfortable do
did.
you guys feel that the off the field issues are resolved?
We
Oh,
don't.
I have
We
no
haven't
idea.
heard. He
Yeah.
hasn't. I haven't heard or seen anything from Antonio Brown.
been
in
radio
months,
silent.
bro.
Yeah.
Months.
He signed for $2.5 million. Are you kidding me? He really threw away $33 million to not play with the Raiders, to not play with the Patriots, to then get suspended 8 games, come back, get a prove it year, I don't know, half a year, prove it contract for $2.5 million to let people know he's still one of the best receivers in the game. I mean, I like it. I like it. He's an ex-Steeler, was great. I like AB, but just this team now, are you kidding me? The offense has
The reason I ask if you guys are comfortable with AB's off the field issues is I felt way more comfortable him going to Seattle, out in the middle of nowhere. Tampa is known like it's a Florida party city. Like, I don't like him going to Florida.
Well,
I feel like that
he
could be a
lives
birthing place
Tampa.
for. Yeah, it's St. Peter, so he's not moving.
Yeah, he's not moving.
He's staying home.
Yeah.
So all the problems.
Maybe
He's
he's
comfortable there. All of his boys,
yeah.
all of his yes men are all around him. Literally everybody that shouldn't be around somebody, that bad entourage he probably still has, is all there. They're all
And
in
if
place
you're the
there.
Bucks,
Of course he's signed there.
you are hoping that we get a bubble, and so he can't see any of those guys. And he's
He's
locked in a
gonna get
hotel
COVID.
room.
He's gonna get COVID first week, and we're not gonna see him again.
Yeah.
Hot take. Hot take.
Hot take, bro.
They should just convince him that he has to be in a bubble to sign the contract. They should be like, look, it's the only way you can play, bro. You got to go in a bubble. Everybody else is in a bubble.
Well,
just shut up, Antonio.
I saw a quote on Bruce Arians. Someone asked Bruce Arians, how do you like something about Antonio Brown? And he's literally said, be a team player or be gone. That was his quote. And Bruce Arians is he's a tough guy. He's hard headed. He's not a softie like some of these NFL coaches can be. He's gonna be on your ass. Even if you're Tom Brady, even if you're Antonio Brown, he's gonna be on your ass, in your ear the whole time, cussing you out, giving you the whole kitchen sink, whatever you want to get you motivated. And
that's why Hopkins.
And you know who also is that guy? Tom Brady. Tom's the ultimate competitor, and we know this.
Yeah.
If he's up by 100, down by 100. No.
Well, Tom's a guy you have to play up to his ability, or else he expects you to play up to his ability, and if you don't, you're getting the earful from him. So that's what great leaders do.
You don't think Antonio
he demands?
He's a head case. He's already a head case. John Gruden, Mike Mayock yelled at him, and he said, "I'm out of here. I cannot wear his helmet."
You disagreed with your own point. You just said he signed a $2 million deal.
Cannot wear his helmet
because his head is good now, and he wants to show how he's supposed to be back in this league, bro. Killing it like he was before.
He wants to. That's what he wants to show teams because he's doing his
He wants to drop an album and have 20 bitches around. He don't want to play no football. What are you talking about, bro?
This $2 million is for his album. He's just playing for nothing.
Yeah, this is album money, buddy. This is studio money. He's making a new studio at the house. He's trying to go get a free ring with Tom Brady.
Yeah, I think that's all it is. He's saw how this Bucs team is, hopping on the bandwagon. I mean, I heard what my boy, I can't think of his name right now. Brandon Marshall. Brandon Marshall. He came to me. He is on an ESPN show, and he was talking about his time that he spent with the Seahawks and how loving Pete Carroll is and how open he is and how he didn't care if guys were on social media or what they said after the game. He didn't care. All he cares about is football. And I do agree with you, Tanner. AB in that situation would have been way better.
And Russell Wilson is a forgiving guy.
Yeah, Russell is a great guy. Like
attitude.
Yeah, everything.
Yes, I see what you're saying. I think for him as a person, the best spot is in Seattle. And maybe for football, but he's thinking football-wise, it's definitely Tampa Bay. Like, you got to see.
Well, he knows he's
like
a guy who respects.
He has tunnel vision.
It's simple,
vision, trying to get a Super Bowl ring.
He looked at the 2 depth charts. He went, I don't want to go compete with Lockett and DK Metcalf, who are eating every chance they can get. I don't want to compete with that. I want to go compete with a possibly injured Mike Evans and a possibly injured Godwin. Old white boy Scotty Miller. That's who I want to go compete with. And
he's going to go there.
Well. They're still winning games. Yeah, I think this was perfect fit for him football-wise and on the field-wise, but off the field, I do not like this. But I wish the best for Antonio Brown. I hope nothing crazy happens. I hope he just goes and plays football and balls out.
And this defense again has been playing lights out. Yeah. I think this Bucs defense is real. I think
going into the season, I thought they were going to be a top 5 defense. Now they're kind of showing it. They're starting to play like it.
Yeah.
I feel like when people talk about how the first few weeks were kind of like a preseason, believe that. I believe that 100%. No,
Yeah.
not having preseason
Yeah.
affected a lot of teams. Like you look at the Chargers too. Like, I feel like the beginning of the year was tough for them because they didn't have really a quarterback. They didn't have an identity. Like teams like that, that's you can really see the preseason affected. And the same thing you see with the Bucks. They started out 2-2, I think, and now have won every game since.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just want to know
Let's get
how.
some
Wait
chatter
a second
about.
before we move on. How does Tom Brady still do this at 45? He went
He's the best.
369 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 rushing touchdown.
I think Tom
is
Brady
insane.
is. I think honestly, I think the main difference from he's having a lot more fun. I think in Tampa Bay kind of than he was in New England these last couple years at least. I think Belichick is so football focused and like
Takes
just
sucks the fun out of it.
maybe, but I mean
Do
you win and
your
winning's fun,
job.
you know.
Do your job.
Winning's fun. So like they were winning, they had no problem doing that. I don't know. I mean, maybe Tampa Bay has a better vibe. Maybe they haven't
He's
won in
having
a
fun,
while.
but he's still on a
You
mission.
already know it's a better vibe. He talks about it all the time. He couldn't even make suggestions to Belichick. Now him and
Yeah.
Arians are probably sitting there in the office, sitting there looking at film, breaking stuff down together. And
Yeah.
literally, why wouldn't you take opinions from Tom Brady? You think he doesn't know what's going on after 20 years in the league, playing with the best team ever? in
Belichick was
history?
thinking, "I made you."
Yeah,
I
what do you?
made you.
He wishes, bro. He wishes he
does.
made Tom Brady. He thought Tom Brady and him were gonna meet up in the Super Bowl or something this year. He really
He's
thought this
smacking them
team was
in
gonna
the
be able to
face.
compete.
He's
Yeah.
smacking them in the face right now.
Bro,
Yeah.
and I love
Did
to
you
see it.
see-
Like I've always liked Tom Brady better over the two. I like Bill Belichick. You got to respect it, but
Yeah. Did you
They
see
both-
Tom Brady's pass to the little white Scotty Miller in the corner of the end zone? Like it was a
The dime?
33-yard touchdown.
The
Yeah,
drop in a basket.
it was a dime. It was a perfect throw, bro. 45-year-old quarterbacks don't make perfect throws. I watched Brett Favre throw ducks. I watched Peyton Manning throw ducks the second half of
I'm
their
watching Ben
careers.
throw ducks.
I'm watching Tom Brady throw perfect balls day in and day out. I mean, this Bucs team is nasty, but we can move on.
we're kind of watching right now the apex of football, though, because this is a good transition right here. Because we're talking about Tom Brady being at the top of his game, at the end of his game. It seems like.
Yeah.
Let's go to another quarterback who's playing at the top of his game, at the end of his game. Drew Brees, who just passed the most completions
Oh yes,
in NFL
sir.
history today.
My
7,000.
fantasy quarterback.
How crazy? How crazy is that? And they beat a good team, this Panthers team. That was a good game. Let's talk about
Yeah.
that one a little bit.
Yeah, I
What
mean,
do you guys think?
Saints are still pulling these W's out without their wide receivers.
Yes,
Their
sir.
1 and 2 weren't playing today. They didn't have their
Yeah.
top 2 receivers, and Drew still throws 287 yards in a couple.
Almost
tutties.
300 yards, 2 TDs.
Who did he throw it
bro.
to?
He's
Who did he throw
killing
the
it.
ball to? Seriously, who did he?
Oh,
Because I had
Callaway.
Traquan Smith.
Alvin
Traquan Smith
Kamara?
only had 54 yards.
I don't know, bro. They piece it together. They make it work, and this was a huge division win for them. I've always thought the Saints were kind of shaky this year, but now after this win with no wide receivers, you start to kind of confirm a little bit that this team might be pretty good this year, and they might be able to make a run,
Marquez
and especially with their division.
Well, the Saints defense has been playing really good the last couple weeks, and I know this game came down to a last possession score, but the Saints pulled it off, and the Panthers they had a good game, like all
They've been
around good
playing
game.
well
Yeah.
all season.
Yeah,
They're losing to the
Yeah.
teams they're supposed to lose to. They're beating the teams they're supposed to beat, so they're kind of sticking around the middle of the pack. But
middle of the road.
Yeah, literally.
It's a hard life to be there, but you want to be there in that situation. It's just schedule.
you want to have
strength.
that opportunity to get off the road and maybe jump a couple of seeds or something.
When's
There's an-
McCaffrey coming back?
Mm,
Anybody know?
I think 2 more weeks.
I have no
I
idea.
don't know. He had
It's
a high
kind of
ankle
looking
sprain.
like
It said 6 weeks from week 2, and next week's week 8 was the time frame, but I don't think he'll be ready next week.
Yeah,
I
they
think
might wait
high
on it and
ankle
see if they're
6
gonna
to
be
8
competitive.
weeks. So, I mean,
But you're Christian
might wanna
McCaffrey.
take
You're
him
built
out.
different. You went to Stanford.
yeah, you're built different, but he's also their franchise football
that's
player.
hot.
So you wait a couple more games out, make sure he's 100%. See if you're actually like winning games and stuff. Like this was the first game I thought Mike Davis, who I picked out to do good in fantasy, had a bad game, And I think that has to allude to Saints defense being pretty good because the
Yep.
top
I mean,
rusher,
he still was a leading
for-
rusher.
yeah, the top rusher for this game was Mike Davis with 12 yards.
Yep.
That
Yeah.
shows you how
Hey,
good
Saints-
this defense is.
Saints are ranked number 2, right behind the Steel Curtain. So
It shows you how good this
Sir,
because
yes, sir.
Bridgewater's a running quarterback too, and he only had 10 yards. So
Yep.
it shows you this Saints defense is pretty darn
Well,
good.
It's
What-
pretty legit. Go ahead.
no,
And,
you
and
go.
not to mention too, the Saints beat the Bucks 34-23.
Week
Like
one,
the Saints team is
Did.
nothing. I mean, it was the early Bucks, but still beat the Bucks. And the Bucks have looked phenomenal this year, last few weeks.
I'm pretty sure
least.
Thomas.
do
played
they
that
play
game.
again soon?
I
Or do
wonder-
they play again
They
later?
probably have another game. Yeah, probably later. Let me see.
I could look right now.
Rolling.
No, they do in 2
12.
weeks. They 11-8. The weekend we're in Vegas. They play.
Oh.
Yeah.
It
Fire.
looks like
Oh,
Cam
yeah,
Newton
yeah.
was a real virus on this Carolina team.
Cam Newton?
Yeah.
From
Yeah,
Yeah.
took it
year
straight
ago.
to New England.
Oh, dude, I
How
thought you
weird.
I thought you had
Yeah,
a whole
yeah.
total brain fart again.
No,
Yeah, you had the brain fart, dude.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
spot on. He was spot on with
Yeah.
that because they kind of gave Cam the boot out of Carolina. They said, "See you later,"
Yeah.
and now you kind of
Yeah.
see why.
Yeah.
This guy can't throw. Look, I said it on Pod
Can't.
1. I felt bad for going so hard on him, but he does not play quarterback at a high level. He plays athletic
anymore,
football, but he's not playing quarterback at a high level.
I agree.
I think he's the running back playing quarterback.
I'm a huge Cam Newton fan
Definitely.
too, but
Lamar Jackson.
he's hasn't been playing very well.
He's not
as of late.
reading any defenses. He's throwing to the open guy, and if he his no
Well,
open
it's
guy is
weird
running.
when the ball releases out of his hand, it like tumbles out. It doesn't shoot out like a spiral. It tumbles and it drops. Like he's throwing literally a sinker with a football,
He's
bro.
real inconsistent. Yeah.
And then,
he's
and then
real
deep
inconsistent.
passes, his throwing motion is whack too. It just looks weird. It doesn't look like he's accurate when he's going deep. But I don't know.
He's not
Patriots
wearing
are
enough Under
I
Armour.
agree.
Patriots are whack.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the Seahawks and Cardinals game?
Oh, that hurts my heart, bro.
Seahawks
Can't believe
It hurts my heart.
ended
Russell
up
Wilson.
losing to the Cardinals in overtime.
It's fucking bullshit.
Um,
I don't even want to talk about that game because
because
I
I
think
was the only one
was
who chose
down-
the Cardinals.
I was down 82.3 points, and I had Lockett and Wilson to go.
Tyler Lockett had a day. He was in
And
his
Lockett
bag
and Wilson
tonight.
put together points, and I lost by 0.3 because Wilson decided to
Oh.
throw a pick on the last drive of the game.
On the last
Oh.
drive of the game, bro, it hurt.
No.
It hurt so bad. I think
Heartbreaking.
Pat Mahomes
That's heartbreaking,
took
actually.
a big leap in the MVP run today, bro. Russell Wilson
3
looked like
interceptions
trash, bro.
for Russell Wilson.
Yes.
I think less than moving anybody else up. I think today's game moves Seattle down in my head. I think they moved down in the rankings because Cardinals to me still not that great of a team. Not that great of
Yeah.
a team. You should not have lost this game. It shouldn't have been that close. This
Well,
is not a
no.
top 10 Arizona team
Seattle-
we're talking about.
Cardinals did play fantastic though. Kyler Murray looked great, bro.
Yeah.
Christian Kirkpatrick,
Now,
like I
okay,
said
and that's
last
another
week,
question.
bro, went off again today.
Called it again.
Yep.
Yeah. So another question that brings up, how good do you think Arizona is now? Like, where do you rank? Like, in your head, like, is Arizona jump way up in your head? You know, like,
Well, we had
That's some tough
Arizona
questions
at
now.
13.
Yeah.
I mean, with a W over Seahawks, they have to move up.
They move up top 10, maybe 11 spot.
With the Raiders loss, do they
Ooh,
take
yeah.
in the top 10th spot?
But the Saints
Yeah.
won, and the Saints were 12, weren't they?
Ooh.
No,
and the
the
Rams
Saint-
are 11.
We have
Power
yeah,
rankings episode just got interesting a little bit.
Power rankings got
Yeah.
very interesting because we have the
Bro, that you know what?
Bears.
Now thinking about them being at 13 and bumping the Raiders down, that could happen. You know
They-
what?
We have
And I
number
think we were on
9
Thursday.
versus the 11 Rams to go tomorrow. So power rankings is going to be huge.
Yeah.
next
I
week.
think
Yeah,
we
this is gonna be a
ranked
good
the
week of power
Cardinals
rankings.
a little low because their defense was slacking. Their offense was doing pretty good, but their defense changed, bro. Switched gears. Buda Baker's having a hell of a year, bro. He's second second game
Huge
with the
picks.
Isaiah Simmons finally
Two
showed up.
picks, bro. Yes, bro.
Isaiah
Oh
Simmons,
my
that
God.
pick was huge.
Guy's a freak.
He's huge.
I thought this guy was gonna pop off this year, and
Um,
now
DK
finally he's kind of
Metcalf.
showing how good
yeah,
he
are
is.
we not going to talk about
Oh
DK's 3
my
second 40?
God.
Oh my god,
He
bro!
Oh my God, that
hopped
was
Buda
a hawk.
Baker. Oh my!
That was
He
beautiful.
looked like
ran
he looked like
so
He was in
Incrediboy.
full
fast.
sprint.
He looked
They
like
made-
Incrediboy out
they
there.
made DK. They made DK in the same lab they made the COVID, bro. They literally made DK in the Wuhan lab, bro. I don't
He
know
is
where
a
they got this guy
monster,
from.
bro.
Well, before this
DK
week, he
didn't
was
have a
made in the
good
same
game,
lab as
but-
Derrick Henry, but someone made Derrick Henry look a little human today.
No,
We already
DK
talked
looked a
about that
little
game.
human also though.
Yeah.
What's DK in the
Arizona
game
beat
with?
5-0
I think
Seahawks.
DK transferred his body to Tyler Lockett because Tyler Lockett fucking 15 catches, 200 yards, 3 touchdowns. Are you serious? You can't pass it to anyone else. Like
No.
seriously.
Arizona, stop him. Arizona, do
Kyler-
something about Tyler
Kyler-
Lockett.
I don't know how to explain Kyler. He looks good, especially at
Yeah,
the
he
end of
does
the
look
game
good.
when they had to go down there and get a field goal to tie it up to send it to overtime. He got that ball with a minute left and drove right down the field.
Yep.
I mean, I
This
know
was the hype about
Seahawks
Kyler, though.
defense.
This was the potential, you know?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I know
Like, now
the
you start to
Seahawks.
see what everybody was talking about.
Well,
Yeah,
so what's funny
Seahawks
about the
defense
Cardinals
is
team
bad.
is they went into this game ranked. They have the number 2 offense, I think,
Mhm.
but they were the number 2 rushing offense as well.
Yep.
And Kyler Murray was the leading rusher in this game. He had 67 yards. I mean,
And a
I wouldn't say
touchdown.
they ran the ball great, but he's throwing the ball better. You don't need to run the ball when you're playing like that.
360 yards in the
He
air.
had to
with 3
throw.
touchdowns.
They had to throw. They were behind a lot. They were
Well,
trying
bro,
to catch up.
Well,
He
like
said
Roman
at
said,
5. Yeah.
like Roman said, Christian Kirk coming back, bro. He had not had a good game before the last
Nope.
2 weeks. He had been playing like terrible.
Well,
He was
all
supposed
right.
to be one of the top 2
His-
guys on there, and him now playing
These
well.
were his stats though: 5 catches for 37 yards, 2 TDs.
If you're
That's
scoring TDs,
2
bro, what else do you want?
two
You're scoring
two
TDs,
of the
what else do
5
you want?
catches you had were touchdowns. Ready?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I
Five-
think that's a
5
good
full.
game.
Let me take 2 away. No, that's too many. There we go. I try to pull 2. Look how I pulled my 2
Hopkins
fingers. I'm
also-
an idiot. Go ahead.
Nuke also had a good game. I think this Cardinals team is a
It's
little
stepping
scary.
up.
It's getting better. I think the early in the season, like we were
Their
saying,
defense
the-
looked good
the
without their DN
preseason-
too.
Yeah.
Who's that guy that's hurt again? Cameron
About
Jordan
Chandler?
or
Chandler Jones.
Chandler Jones. Chandler
Yeah.
Jones. Yeah, that's his
John
name.
Jones'
Yeah.
brother.
Johnny Bones'
hurt.
brother. Yeah.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
I think that
Oh.
AZ team's
I think-
is looking good.
yeah, I
I'm
think they
still
should
a little
go
bit in
make a
shock that
move.
they actually won.
Yeah, me
I-
too, bro.
I didn't see it. At
For
all.
some
Me
reason,
and Roman
when
were talking about it like this was
Fuck
not
the
going to be the team to
Seahawks.
do it.
Yeah, I was like,
we
if it's
both
anybody,
agreed.
it can't be AZ. It can't be AZ.
Yeah.
But I was the team to call Arizona. I had a weird feeling in my stomach. I feel great going into one more game tomorrow. You'll have to check.
Well,
it.
stay tuned for pick'ems.
I won't. I'm
Yeah.
not going to talk about my.
Bob had a week.
I'm not going to talk
Bob
about
had
my
a
week.
week. Let's just
But
say that.
make sure you
Let's
turn
just say
into
Uh,
Pick'ems in the
Yeah.
Power Rankings episode Thursday.
yeah, Bob had a week.
Yeah.
I had a better week this week than I did last week. So don't sleep on my picks either. You sloppy animals.
I thought you tied your week.
Nah, 10-3, homie.
Oh,
The
Oh,
The
you're
Rams-
spilling beans. You're spilling beans for next.
Come
Hey.
on, bro.
Who's listening
Come on,
this far?
bro.
If you're listening, drop a like, subscribe, and comment on this video because
didn't
I
talk
don't believe
about the
anyone's
Chiefs,
listening
bro.
right now.
Yeah, we got to talk about the Chiefs.
Yeah, we
I'm
gotta
definitely
talk about the
listening at this
Chiefs.
point of the podcast. I'm probably the only
Yeah.
person still listening at this far in the podcast.
I'm definitely listening. So shout out to
Yeah.
myself and all the fans out there for
Yeah, shout out
listening
me.
to this
What's up,
part
bro?
because I know you guys are here. Let's talk about the Chiefs because the Chiefs doo-dooed
The
on the
second best
Broncos.
team in football.
Dude on him.
Penny, you hurt my head with that, bro.
Pat
Let's talk about that on
Mahomes.
power rankings, bro, before it gets
Fire
heated.
Day.
Let's just say that for
200
power
yards, one
rankings.
TD.
Chiefs
Yeah, I agree.
overall
Team
had a
looked good.
day. The team
Overall had a day.
Yeah.
defense had a pick six. Special teams had a kick return touchdown.
He had a rushing
Who did they
TD.
They played the Broncos in the snow.
Who
And-
beat the
and that's
Patriots
what-
last week?
That's what I want to
Patriots
talk about.
fucking suck, bro. The Patriots got beat 33-9.
I want to talk about how this game was in the snow, though, and how the Chiefs looked like they didn't skip a beat. That defense looked really good. I know it's versus a bad Broncos Drew Lock team, but they have been
The
doing
Denver
stuff.
defense ain't that bad.
Yeah, Denver defense is
So
good,
to
and
score that many points,
Yep.
they held their Broncos
Yeah.
wide receivers too. I mean, we had been saying Tim Patrick's name a lot. He was held to 44 yards.
Yep.
Their leading receiver was Albert Okwueme.
Okawang. Yeah, I don't know how to say that.
On the Chiefs?
like Shenny always
No,
says too,
on
good
those
football teams are supposed to be
Broncos.
bad football teams, and that's what happened with the Chiefs
Yeah.
and Broncos.
We
That's exactly
did
what
see
happened.
our first taste of Le'Veon Bell and the Chiefs uni, and I mean, he only got 6 carries, had 39 yards. I don't think he's in. Doesn't know the offense that
It was
well
his first
yet.
week. Got to cut him
That's
some
not
slack.
bad though.
I mean, 40
Yeah,
yards.
the leading
6
rusher got
carries.
46 yards with 2 more carries.
And on
so
how many carries?
2 more
Yeah.
carries.
Only 2. They didn't.
Edward
So
This
they
Solaire
didn't have a lot
offense
of- they didn't have a
this
lot of total
offense-
carries.
Yeah,
The
this
Broncos
wasn't-
rushing defense is mean. They can't.
Yeah.
No one can run on them.
Yeah,
I mean, this offense
I think
for
they're the only
Kansas
other
City
team to hold
didn't
Derrick Henry
do
to
that
100.
much.
Probably.
The Chiefs'
Their
offense
front
didn't
seven
even
is
do
pretty
that
mean.
much, though.
Is that what you're, Bob? You're saying? So I didn't even watch this game, to be honest. I saw the highlights, but
It was
So
an
it was Chiefs
overall
were scoring
team
fast,
win.
right?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was.
yeah, and so there would be defense on the field a lot.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it also
Yeah, it was-
the Chiefs scored 2 defensive touchdowns basically. So the defense back to back, literally
It was a pick six and a
six.
kick return.
back on the field and a kick return back on the field. So they were on the field a lot of the time, but the Broncos suck. So like
Facts.
Drew
All right.
Lock
so
threw
much to say about
threw a fucking fat ginormous pick. Literally
Ginormous.
Another team that could use a quarterback in the first round next year.
Yep.
I mean, it's
There's
kind of
not
crazy
any good
how the
ones.
NFL is
They're
like
gonna get-
separated right now and like competition wise. There's a lot of bad,
A lot of bad, a lot of not
a
that
lot of
many
question
good,
marks. Not that many like
Yeah.
consistent week to week
Yeah.
teams. You know, like it.
Yeah,
games
consistency is definitely lacking in the
It's
NFL.
lacking.
but like in some situations you don't know. Some of those bad teams could win a division still, which is crazy. So they're still
Pretty
trying
crazy.
to compete, but they're
Yeah.
still like just awful. Like they're not even close to contending. But
Yeah, we'll have a division winner in the top 10 worst teams.
Yeah,
yeah, which is
I mean,
Yeah.
have to now.
that division over there, NFC East, is gonna have a winner. Sad to say,
And I
but
hate
someone
that
has to win
because
that.
anytime an NFC East team gets in the playoffs, someone finds a way to win. Fucking pisses me off.
Bro, imagine. Hold on. This is just a little flashback too. I remember I was laughing at Shenny when he called Kyle Allen a proven winner. Imagine that team goes on with Kyle Allen as a quarterback to make playoffs.
That'd be
bro.
crazy.
It could, bro.
That
Like,
could
they-
happen.
Insane.
They
They
have
Yeah.
some
seem-
could.
early.
They are the only team that looks even promising. I
Yeah,
can't say that. The Eagles.
The
No, I would
Eagles-
agree with you.
Eagles-
I don't think the Eagles look promising. I think
They
the
do.
Eagles.
I
They
feel like
do.
Eagles are a couple pieces away. Their defensive line is really good. Their defense is decent.
I think
I might-
injury
overall,
hurt them
and then-
so
we
much.
also might just be saying that
Yeah.
because the Eagles are always hyped up. You know, they're always
Yeah,
supposed to be the best team at the division. It was supposed to be Dallas this year, but obviously Dallas isn't even come close to first place in anything. So
Yeah.
Definitely.
it's toss
They
up.
got
Dallas
really good.
go get Rosen.
coaching in
Like I
Philly.
keep saying.
They do,
Yeah.
and they have
I think that's another
won.
thing.
They have won with a lot of their guys who are hurt, but they're hurt, so they're not playing. So.
Yeah, that's what I
That's
think
not- yeah.
that hurts the Eagles a lot. Is their 2 wide receivers and one of the best offensive linemen in football, Lane Johnson, Alshon Jeffrey, who I was talking about, one of their top wide receivers, are hurt, and they don't get those guys back anytime soon. I don't think. So
Yeah.
I mean, that division's gonna be tough and it's gonna be ugly.
Gonna be shitty. You
It's-
already know that.
Yeah, it's bad football from there, but I want the football team to win that division. I like those guys. They look like they're having fun. I watched a video of one of the young receivers who went off today, McLaurin.
McLaren, yeah.
Scary Terry.
Scary
Yeah,
Terry.
yeah. Isn't he a rookie?
No,
He-
second
No?
year guy.
Oh, second year guy. But he was giving them like a talk about like how the season's just beginning, basically for them, and how they could really turn it around. And I like that out of those guys, and I hope they do it.
Yeah,
Could be
I
interesting
mean, he
there.
could say that because that
Could be
division's
interesting.
wide open.
Exactly
Yeah.
what you're talking about is
Like,
you got to talk about winning the division first. Like
yeah.
win each
Yeah.
game.
Like Riverboat Ron said,
Yeah.
you gotta teach these
Did we
guys how to
Did
win,
we touch on every game?
or else they won't win.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did.
Oh, we didn't
Yeah, I'm
talk
looking
Browns
around. I was
Bengals.
just
Browns
going through mine.
Bengals.
Nah,
We didn't talk
Oh.
about.
Which was surprising how
Oof.
competitive.
It was very competitive.
Not
and
surprising.
I thought
Burrow looked really
Bro,
good.
Burrow
yes.
looked great.
Those
bro.
are two teams
on the
406
same
yards, 1 TD, threw an INT, but still.
I agree with that.
He's looking
Shane. I
great,
think they
bro.
are.
Baker.
Week 2 when
Has
they played
those-
earlier,
That cycle, I got to keep entering it in because we keep seeing it. That
5
Baker
touchdowns.
does good. Dog
dude,
shit does
Baker
bad.
had a at one point I was watching it and it just happened to pop up in the red zone. I wasn't watching, but he completed a touchdown pass and they're like, "Wow, Baker Mayfield 12 completions in a row," and I was like, "Holy shit, Jimmy!
He
came
didn't
to,
have an
came to the
incompletion.
stadium."
He didn't have an incompletion in that game until he spiked it to stop the clock at the end of the game.
Well, I'm glad
think-
that he found the Hulu Lives guy and swapped him out with him.
I think he comes back next week. I think Hulu comes back next week. I think that's Baker's MO is just inconsistency. I think this Browns team is the opposite of what you see with team where they'll draft a quarterback and then never build a team around him. That team will always suck. They built a team. Like Cleveland built a team. They got a defense, they got offensive pieces.
Huge
problem
injury
is
this week, though, for
You
them.
drafted the wrong quarterback for your franchise.
True, but
Drafted
it was
the
a
wrong quarterback. Shouldn't have
huge.
went with him.
Is Baker Mayfield the next Sam Bradford?
Hmm?
Oh, bro,
That's a good comparison right
Worse than
now.
Sam Bradford. Damn,
But-
that's a good
I give him Brady
comparison.
Quinn.
Quinn, you can't do him like that. He's a Notre Dame legend. You can't do him like that.
Yeah,
I'm
bro.
hearing
I love Brady Quinn, bro. At college, but
that OBJ
Football in
has
NFL?
a significant knee injury. and
OBJ out for the year, confirmed. My source.
Higgins had a day though in his replacement. Can't cap, bro.
Higgins on the Bengals.
110 yards.
OBJ's
Who's
on the
on-
Browns.
Higgins is definitely on the
No,
freaking
they have
Browns.
yeah,
bro.
they have a guy
Rashad
named
Higgins.
Yeah.
Rashad Higgins.
different
bro.
Higgins.
There's Higgins on the Bengals too, Jimmy. So
Yeah,
I didn't know.
Well, I'm
Higgins
talking about
Jr.
Rashad Higgins here. All right.
I need
110
first names.
yards,
We're talking about the
receptions.
guy who went off for the
Fire.
Browns today, and
Went off for the Browns, bro.
But
T. Higgins went
did
off
go off,
too.
We're talking
Yeah,
about
he did go off,
OBJ.
Hey, and Njoku got a touchdown too. I don't think he's had one all season. The tight
he's
end.
been
I
begging
think
to
this
get
was his first
traded.
one.
He
No.
was
Yeah, I think this is
on
his
the
first
depth
touchdown.
chart as the third.
Well, the Browns
Great.
screwed him. They played the Harrison Bryant, who had a big game,
A
rookie.
Yep.
Yeah,
He's
on
supposed to be
National
a-
Tight End Day. Tight
he's
End's
supposed
a
to be
big
a-
day today.
He's supposed to be a big
Yep.
tight end for them in the future. That's why they got Hooper, him and Hooper.
Now talking about a little bit of fucking trades. If we can bypass this shitty game that we're talking about.
Yeah,
and
we
get
can
some
move
trades.
on.
I like Njoku on a lot of teams. Njoku
Yeah.
could play at a lot of like you think about him in his division over there with Pittsburgh.
I don't like him.
I like him over there. He's an Ebron and Rodgers.
I like
Nah.
You guys both got-
McDonald and
Send
Ebron
him-
on the Steelers.
I think he sent him to the Raiders. He looks
I
like a
like
Raiders guy
McDonald.
to me.
Yeah, Raiders have shitty tight ends though.
Raiders have Waller.
Consistently shitty.
Waller's been
Waller's
gone.
a
Yeah,
stud.
Waller's really good now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about Waller. Not gonna lie, I just bypassed. I started thinking Zach Miller back in the day.
They have Jason Wynn also on the Raiders.
Hey, Jason
never been
Wynn,
the
the
same
best
without Tony.
receiver on the Cowboys history. So
Here we go
Cowboys
again
history.
with Cowboys history.
Bro, why do you
forget
love
Michael Irvin?
Tony so much?
look
Why
at
do
the
you love Tony
stats.
Romo?
Look at the fucking
It's
stats.
true.
You
He's
always
not-
talk about
he's
rings,
right.
guy, and look at the rings then, plus the stats. All right, we're done with
Care
that.
less.
Talk about
All right,
Dallas.
we're done.
Talk about Tony Romo, bro.
Tony Romo was the best thing Dallas has ever seen. Look at him now.
What?
They're
Best thing
2-5.
Dallas has ever seen, bro. Dallas back in the day watched a lot of Super Bowls run through that program. So
Literally.
I think that goes on Shenny's terrible takes right
Terrible
there.
takes of the week.
Oh, they're
He's a
not.
quarterback
Though.
they held on way too long. That's you know what? There you go. There's Baker Mayfield's comparison. They're gonna hold on to Baker way too long
And he's Tony
and
Romo.
end up with a Tony
Yeah, and he's
Romo.
Tony Romo.
That definitely could be it.
They're gonna keep having good teams. Miles Austin, Des Bryant, all these wide receivers are on the team. We got running backs over
Speaking-
here, but guess what? We can't win big games.
Speaking of Des Bryant,
Go ahead.
I see a
Where'd
very
he go?
good fit for him in Pittsburgh. You
Des
thinking
Bryant
we
signed
need?
with the Ravens.
No, he didn't. He did not
Practice
sign with
squad.
any team. No, he didn't
Yeah.
sign with any team yet. He is
Yeah,
still in the AB
I thought he
terms.
signed with the Saints.
No, that was 2 years ago. He got signed with the Ravens. It just got announced last week.
He did not sign. He is in
Practice
talks.
I
squad.
need to fact check that. I need to know that now.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
real, didn't
I
know
like that though. I
That's
don't
nice.
like him at all on Pittsburgh. I
Pittsburgh.
think they have any wide receiver, Big Ben.
Yeah, bro.
Well,
Why would you put him? Why would you add him into that wide receiver? Deontay Johnson just had a day today.
He's
coming
hurt.
Back off his
He's
injury.
hurt.
He
He's
just
hurt.
came back from injury, bro.
He just got hurt again today. He's out for a
Oh,
big
did he?
long time. He got hurt
Oh
big.
God,
He got hurt.
bro.
So
Oh yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
matter.
Des Bryant to practice squad, Ravens.
Yeah. I mean,
No
anyone
longer
could
with the-
take
wait,
him
oh, no,
off
no,
the
no.
practice squad. Practice squad guys, you could literally just pick them off.
I
of
didn't think
other
he
teams.
signed though. I thought they were just talks, but
Yeah.
I guess I
Yeah,
didn't read that.
He's they added him. They said they didn't sign him. They added him to the
Yeah,
practice
to
roster.
the practice squad.
Damn, bro.
What
Deontay
does
Johnson
that
got
do
hurt
then?
again, bro. That's
Yeah.
Since
trash.
it's COVID, NFL expanded the like practice squad roster, and so
Yeah.
you'll see a lot of veterans get signed to.
So he can
practice
just he
squad
just he
lately.
can just like practice with the team.
Yeah, he'll practice and
Pretty
like
much.
learn their offense.
That's
and
what practice squad
Hold
is, buddy.
bags, grab water.
I was never on the practice squad. Sorry.
stuff.
You don't know common sense.
Didn't play sports, so must have been why.
I was first team all MLB The Show this year, so
Bench.
All
I think we talk about all the games. Are we excited for tomorrow's matchup of our 9 and 11
Big game
ranked team,
tomorrow.
Bears and
Yeah,
Rams?
big game tomorrow.
I'm gonna call a Rams
That's another one
blowout.
to look forward to the power rankings. What?
Rams blowout? I don't think so. I think it's gonna be a close game, but
You guys
I
all
think
you guys all
Rams
picked
win.
Rams, right?
Well, you didn't think that
Yeah.
Detroit was gonna win either.
That was the only game I freaking got wrong. All right, okay, guys.
All right, bro. Well, welcome to next week's pick'ems where Bob only has one loss. All right, bro. Fuck.
Well, Shenny
Fuck.
wanted to start
Hey.
throwing.
Who's gonna listen this far? This far is a little too far now.
All right. You're right. This might be a little too far. So if you are listening, you get the Tatis jersey, and that's me. I'm the only
You
one
get the
listening. I win it.
Tatis.
No cap. If you are listening, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and
Do
maybe
it.
drop a comment
it.
to let Bob know how shitty some of his picks might have been last week. And Roman, if you think Roman said something dumb, let us know. Tanner too. Tanner said some dumb things. It's rare, but I do miss sometimes. So if you just
Every now and then, Shenny will miss.
Pat yourself on the back, Shenny. There you go. Yeah, make sure
Just
you
drop
like,
it.
subscribe, comment, follow us on our
Like
social
and
medias.
subscribe.
Bro, I was trying to find
This
that
is only
tweet,
episode
but
5.
If all of our
Brad had
viewers
another
com-
week again.
Yes,
Bro, I was
yes.
trying to
yeah,
find
let's
that
talk
tweet
about
right
that real
now, but I couldn't find it. Brad had another 500-yard week, bro.
No,
Killed
5
it.
touchdowns first half.
5
it-
touchdowns,
or 5
320
touchdowns, that's what I meant.
yards.
My God,
5
Brad
touchdowns, that's
Cagle,
what I meant,
500 yards. You are an animal. You are an animal.
Pretty damn close, bro. He's killing it.
Get
Yeah,
this guy on a
I mean-
practice squad. What are we talking about? Des Bryant.
Yeah,
Washed up
for
Des
real,
Bryant.
bro.
Let's
Dallas.
get the white Russell
Jerry
Wilson on a
Jones.
practice squad.
Jerry Jones. I heard you need a quarterback.
Hey, Dallas.
You're on your third string. I know
Yeah.
a guy in Kansas, little Midwest
Also
guy.
5'10", like Kyler Murray and Russell Wilson.
He's
We'll
taller
sit
than
on
Kyler. He's
anybody.
taller than Kyler.
Knows how to win, though.
It was on the game today that they're both 5'10".
Proven winner.
Knows how to win
Okay,
ball
how
games.
many stacks of napkins did they have in Kyler's shoes for him to be 5'10"? Bro, it's like when you try to get your little brother on a carnival ride and he's just too short. They're like, nah, bro, come on.
Yeah, so I think
All right,
that
bro.
was
I think this wraps up another great episode.
yeah.
I think
Make sure
episode 5 in the books, bro. We'll see
Like
you
and
guys next
subscribe,
week.
baby.
In
Like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
nothing wrong with being average.
wait. Tyler
Yes,
Moon,
sir.
if you're fucking out there, fuck you. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Fuck you.
Later.
Peace.